Hey, my name's Ed Rush, and welcome to this You Everywhere Now special called How to Get Paid More for What You Already Know. A little bit of background on me. I'm a former F-18 fighter pilot. I actually flew in the Marine Corps for about 13 years, but it wasn't always that way. In fact, I'm a person that failed kindergarten, but I did go on after my career in the Marine Corps to go and close about 340 consulting deals, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can help business owners with what you already know. Listen, I don't know if you're an experienced consultant or if maybe you've never done consulting or advising before, but I find consulting one of the most lucrative business models you could ever do, and I've actually taught thousands of people actually how to go out and create a consulting business on their own that's super, super lucrative. And so I just want to talk you through some of the techniques that we've learned and some of the ways that you can use what you know to create a great lifestyle business and get people to come to you and actually pay you what you're worth for what you already know. But you know, one of the first questions I get from folks who are even experienced consultants is, look, I don't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know where to start right now to build a business or to get clients. And so we're going to focus on what we consider our second biggest question. Actually, the first biggest question we get in one of the videos I'm doing actually in this series is on pricing. The first biggest question we get is on pricing, but the second biggest question is, look, I don't even know where to start. And the first thing you need to remember is you need to start with a system. Otherwise, you're just shooting in the dark. Let me give you an example. Accenture, which used to be Anderson Consulting, when I was coming out of college, that company was hiring like half of my business school to come and work for their company. Now think about what they do. They take kids out of college in their 20s, 22, 23, 24. They put them in teams, and then they send them to some of the biggest companies in the world to give the companies advice on their next steps. And the CEOs of those companies don't look at their board and say, oh yeah, some college kids gave me advice. They said, no, this is what Accenture is telling us to do. Well, Accenture's made $32 billion just in 2016 alone, based on a system that they were actually able to put college kids into. Okay, so the first thing when it comes to consulting or coaching or advising, and they're very similar. Coaching is basically helping people with their problems. Consulting is implementing for business and helping with their problems. And advising is giving businesses advice and then they go and implement. This is really the difference between those three. The biggest thing that you need is to start with a system. That's why for our students, we typically start by showing them the 5 consulting models that we consider the most lucrative consulting models, and I put them up on the screen. We'll walk through those. And by the way, as you're looking at this, even if you've never thought about any of these, maybe consider it, and then I'll show you a whole other world of consulting opportunities or consulting models. But these are what we consider 5 of the most lucrative ones. So for example, book marketing, helping people write, publish, and promote books. If you've never done that, that's fine. Let's move to the next one, which is digital marketing. Digital marketing is nothing more than helping people get leads and customers. If you know how to do that, for example, with like webcast or with Facebook, or you know how to do social media really well, or you're really good at content marketing, this is the kind of consulting that you would want to be in. Then there's video and webcast marketing, doing this right here, like actually recording videos and posting them to Facebook, or doing live streaming broadcasts, or maybe product creation. Like for example, maybe you're good at getting information out of people's head, and you can help a business owner take what they know and put it into a product that they can make money with passively or online. And then the last category of the 5 that we'll talk about today is what we call strategic advisor or strategic advising. And this is actually my favorite one. This is the one where you go into businesses and you actually give them advice, and then they go off and implement it. And in fact, it can be one of the most lucrative ways to make money as a consultant, is just giving people advice. But look, you might be saying, I don't know how to do any of those. Now just think, these are just the ones that we've said that are the most lucrative, but there's so many more. In fact, the strategies that I'm going to show you, the 5P strategy, which I'll show you in just a few slides, will work absolutely any niche. It just depends on what your expertise is and what you know, like what kind of questions you get at parties and what do people ask you advice for. In fact, we've identified a whole bunch of them, and I won't go through all of them, but you've got like nutrition and financial advice and relationships and cooking and copywriting and web design and therapy and legal and law and martial arts and home businesses and photography and real estate and software. In fact, we haven't found a business where these strategies on this next slide won't work. It's just a matter of implementing them and actually getting paid with what you're worth. Which brings me to this one of my second to last slide actually, which is this. We have a system that we call the 5 Ps. It's actually something that we've developed on our own to really be able to close big deals. I'm talking about $29,000, $70,000 deals to bring big clients on board. And now we're sharing these in this series to show you how to bring in big clients and actually help them with what you already know. And it's 5 Ps. So it's position, which is nothing more than getting people to come to you instead of the other way around. Most consultants, coaches, or advisors, or people in business actually chase after clients instead of getting them to come to you. And there's some techniques that you can use to do that really ethically. The second one is price. You need to know how to price yourself. We've identified 6 pricing models that you can use to get people to come to you and pay you. Then there's present, and present is nothing more than talking about your services, but in a way where you're asking questions. And so you're asking the business owner questions about their biggest challenges and what you would like, what they would like help with. And then there's pitch, which is nothing more than asking for the sale. We use a simple sentence like this: so, are you ready to get started working together? When we talk about pitch. And then produce, which is nothing more than under-promising and over-delivering and giving a great service. Now, we're going to talk through all 5 of those in much bigger detail this week, so we'd love to have you join us for a totally free masterclass. There's actually a link right here on this page where you can just register, you can get the time, and you can come and join us. We'd love to have you on chat and to get to know you a little bit. It's totally free, and we break down each of these and give you the strategies inside of each one. And we're going to give you a couple bonuses on the show too, which is I'm going to teach you some techniques that I love to share. One of them is called a 6-figure text message. It's a way to communicate with text messages, actually close clients with people who are already walking around in your pocket, in your contact list. We've added a completely new consulting category, which you already heard me talk about, which is called strategic advising. We have students of ours who are making money in strategic advising right now. We'd like to share some strategies behind that. We're going to break down those 5 most lucrative business models and show you how to get clients to come to you. And then I'm going to teach you another bonus, which is called 8 words to double your deals, a way to communicate and ask questions that gets people to come to you. So I'd love to have you come and join us on this free class this week. The link is below. There's different times that you might be able to choose from, and we would love to have you join us on this free class to learn more about how to make money with what you already know. Thank you very much. This is Ed Rush, and I'll see you on the class this week.